Alright, hey guys, and welcome back to the newest episode of Lost Gaming. I hope all you dot hackers are doing well today. Before we get started, I just wanted to mention that if anybody is going to be, I believe it's called Anime Boston, the YouTuber Red Bart is cool. I'll give you a link to her Twitter and her YouTube in the description. But she's going to be hosting a dot hack panel. So if you happen to be there and you're a fan of this series or just want to go check out somebody pretty cool, Red Bart's hosting what's going to be a pretty interesting panel. I wish I could be there, but the next best thing I can do is try to make sure as many people are there for a dot hack moment as can be. Alright, so as you can see, we got a couple of new background images. We got these when we finished the game and it ran through the credits that I did not make you all sit through. Got some pretty cool ones. And I settled on just doing this one because they all need a break. Alright, so we've got a little bit of web news. This one is Orange Computers of the United States is looking to a completely new OS that will be intentionally incompatible with Ultimate and be its rival. And it looks like what they're saying is that it's not good for anybody to standardize products, especially in OS. Whether anything else comes of that in the dot hack story, I don't actually remember. I don't think it does. I don't think any of those are actual team names, but it wouldn't surprise me if there is some ideas to change some to actually match those at some point. So this is saying that baseball changed to all dome games with an average of 4 games a week. It's interesting. Alright. Bigfoot, and this time they say they got DNA. They're saying that it's a new species of ape, so in the dot hack world they have discovered Bigfoot. Alright, and then this one, just for humor sake, Hiroshi Matsuyama, I believe that's actually the name of the president of CC Corp, or CyberConnect 2, who makes these games. Alright, so nothing really there, so, and we've got a few, we got our that we've cleared Outbreak. We've got our special, and we've got starting to smell like Orca. I just love Pyros. Oh, poor Natsume. Alright, so since we've got some cleanup to do, I don't know if I'm going to do all of the dungeons that have the ladies' equipment on camera. I might just tell you about those in this video and drop the information in a description of one of the videos somewhere, just so that we don't have to go through it all so much. Alright, first thing we need to do is change out equipment so that our magic accuracy is as high as it can get. It doesn't look like I can actually get any higher with what I've got. Can I get... I need to get... I don't think I've got it anymore. Because no, I don't have the moon anymore because I got rid of that. Which means I do think that it is sold at a spell shop somewhere. However, one of the things that we should do to increase our chances of our goblin battles going much more smoothly is magical accuracy. We'll get 10 of those, and I don't think the moon, you can buy them here. I swear I remember being able to buy those status spells somewhere. And I remember checking Carmina Gadalika. So check Theta and then we'll check Delta. Excuse me. Hopefully they're somewhere. Because that will make things a lot easier if we can put them to sleep with... And maybe we can't buy them. Which is kind of annoying. Means I need to find something with I can't remember if it's Muminlay or Suvinlay or whatever it is, but we need to find one of those so that we can put enemies to sleep. I swear I remember you being able to buy the moons from somewhere. But I can't find them, so we will head back to Theta server. Or Sigma server, I mean. I'm sure I've got a piece of equipment somewhere. We'll run over here to the shop, see if they've got anything. Definitely tell I did not plan this out. Nope. Nope. Here we go. Let's get rid of that. And we'll get rid of that. Alright, so what we'll attempt to do is use Raisho to put them to sleep. Then we'll switch to the two together and cast Lancer Cha, and that should kill them in one hit. Especially if we've got our magic accuracy up, we should be able to hopefully put them to sleep with relative ease. Okay, we'll use that first. Alright, there's two of them very close. Come on. I know this is supposed to work. Oh. Yes, it looks like I'm within enough range. I was hoping that with him being stopped that would actually work. But you know what? If he's going to not move that fast, and maybe I can switch to together and cast this, and while he's stuck there, blast him hard. Oh, come on. My magic set ought to be high enough that if he's not moving, he ought to get smacked every time. Oh, come on, that was perfect. I just don't understand why I'm having such a difficult time with all of this. He shouldn't... They should not be nearly this difficult to deal with. I shouldn't be having nearly this much trouble. I mean, I guess really this is seeming to be the only real way to go for it. As long as I'm keeping him running, for the most part, he's not really able to recover. And at least I'm hitting hard enough now that I'm mostly taking him out before he can really get much recovery in. There we go, we got one down. That's better than we've ever done so far. So let's go for the next one. Come on, come on. It should not be nearly this difficult. And I don't, for whatever reason, I don't think the rest of them are. You see, but at least now, because we've gotten it down to just 2, now there's not as much healing that he'll get. And provided I can... Oops. Finger slipped. Very easy to do when you're having to chase him like this, that it just does not... As I said before, magic might have a slightly better range, but your physical skills, especially if you're not having the luck you are having the luck I'm having. Saber Dance has a little bit longer range than your regular attacks. You do about the same amount of damage, because you're only likely to get 1 hit in. But you at least slow him down for a second. You get more likely a little bit more guaranteed damage. You see, and now we don't have to, now it's just a matter of time, because no more healing. So there we go. Finally got rid of him.
I should be getting stronger too.
So let's get out of here. Gonna throw away a couple of items just because I'm gonna try to hit every Goblin quest and just go ahead and knock them all out. We're useless. As I said, you can kind of see I went a little overboard with the data drains and the trading. Alright, so now if we log out, should be a new message on the board for Albert. Alright, so he has called us out. So by now we all know the drill. Now, I don't think he's got the magic resistance yet, but again, the basic strategy is supposed to be Moo Melee to put one of them to sleep, beat the crap out of them while they're asleep, rinse and repeat till death. So we're going to try again, and we're just going to see. Well, that worked a lot better. Alright, so, he's asleep. I think Zora's Blades are going to be better for him. But we're also going to do this, and we're going to do this. And now we're going to move right up here, and we're going to walk right up next to him, and we're going to do Saber Dance. Okay, so you see that did not work so well. Only about 100 damage. I mean, it was the easiest 100 damage we've done. But they pretty much fall asleep at will. So much easier than the last one. So let's change out. We'll go with 2 together. And we'll hit with our strongest magic spell that we've got. And of course it did not do anything. It missed for whatever reason. But I mean, sometimes that's just how it is. And but we're literally putting them to sleep at will now. And I don't understand why we're having such a hard time with that now. But what we might just do is keep putting him to sleep and run up to him and punch him. See, and now he's asleep. We've got to deal with him using very annoying weak attacks. And then we'll just run up to him. And so I did melee a little too fast that time. And let's see. And so far the only reason this has been annoying has been because they use a lot more magic than I anticipated. Come on! My magic accuracy is almost as high as it can get for this right now. Well, that looks like that's a much more significant amount of damage, so that's and at least one of the things is even if you're getting hit by magic, you can counter with your own magic. I'm going to use a speed charm because this has been where we've been seeing more effectiveness. Time to get some mage's souls to get that back up. Now let's put him back to sleep. Now we'll change out our equipment back to Zora's Blades. Equipment changes back to Raishu, and put him back to sleep. And you see now, if they waste their time trying to heal him instead of stopping me from moving through the damage spells, I'll eventually be able to do more damage than what he's getting healed for. And you're seeing now, this is working even better because we don't have as much stuff, other stuff to deal with. I think I might have lost my buffs. No, I still do. And I wonder why my damage just dropped like a rock. Oh well, it's slow going, but you get it done. You will win the fight with this strategy here. And for whatever reason, even though I've seen it work in the other, I've never been able to get it in any of the recordings. Just never worked for me. I see if he heals instead of, or he just didn't do anything to help his friend. Okay. Saved me a lot of trouble. So as you can see, with this strategy, you can get off 3 to 4 hits at a time, provided you don't screw up like I just did there. Something right there, got 4 hits, took him down from 13,000 to 900. Didn't do nearly as much there, but I mean, he's literally got nowhere to go. He gets a couple of steps, and then he gets put back to sleep. And if things go well, this will be his last turn. But they did, of course they didn't, because I said things. But, there we go, done.
I'm on a losing streak.
Alright, so, with that we've only got our one last goblin to go see. And before we do all of that, we need to run over here, and we have got to get Beastbane. Probably going to need several of them. While I'm here, I think I will just have to repurchase these because I need a little extra room. All of those are cheap to recover anyway. Alright, so we've got to log out one more time. Go back to the message board. Last round of Goblin Tag with Marina. Alright, so there's our last one. So let's log back in. Now this is the one that the recommended strategy is definitely you need to have the 2 together weapon. I believe because once you get rid of their magic resistance, I believe that they are weak to the element of. So the idea is that get rid of the magic resistance.
I'll show you the real gold goblin power, Gob.
Alright, so first you need to use the Beastbane to get rid of the magic tolerance. Once the magic tolerance is gone, then you need to use Muminlay to put him to sleep. Alright, then once it's asleep, you switch to 2 together, and you're supposed to be able to one-shot with Lancer. Okay, so not quite one-shot, but 2-shot definitely. So put him to sleep. Change back to 2 together. Lancer. Wrong one. That one. And of course he's gone because I targeted the wrong flipping one. But that's how it goes sometimes. I mean, I always assume that it's targeting the one that I want. Usually that's the one that's closest to my range anyway. Alright, so we see that they've got some pretty decent healing magic, especially compared to the others. They've pretty much got him fully healed. But all we've got to do is keep going, keep our strategy moving, and if we do it quick enough, we're definitely going to be doing more than their healing. And once you've got at least one down, as you've seen, the rest of the fight goes a little bit easier. Because without another one to help them heal up, the amount of magic recovery that they've got is not nearly enough to really outdo the amount of damage that we're doing. As you can see, back to Muminlay, so asleep. Switch back to 2 together. Cast. And 1,000 points of damage. And switch back to Raishu. Make sure he's completely out of it so that when we cast Muminlay, we can actually lock him in place. Back to 2 together. And just rinse and repeat. Not what I wanted. There we go. And you see, and for the most part, don't even really have to move. And as long as he doesn't heal, and even if he does heal, I don't think he'll heal enough to keep him alive. So that should be more than... Yep, there we go. So that one's done. A couple of Mage's Souls to get our magic back up. And Dagvorma worked a whole lot faster on him. Next, we switch back to the weapon we need for our Muminlay. This can actually work a lot quicker if you took the time to make sure you saved up a lot of the moon spells. Then you don't have to switch through weapons like I'm doing. That saves you a lot of time and effort. Makes this go by a little bit quicker. But I mean, as you can see, this has gone a lot better than any of the other rounds that we've done. So back to 2 together. think it'll take us one more round because he managed to heal just enough to survive. Make sure he's moving. Once you know he's moving. And because it's been the MVP, I'll let two together finish him off. And there we go.
Sorry that my line hasn't changed for the third time, Gob, but you sure you won't be a goblin, Gob? That's too bad, Gob. If you don't want to, just...
Alright, so we got all of that done. We've got us a very nice long little episode this time. I think with that, we will call this an episode. I don't think that I'm going to necessarily show off all of the ladies' equipment. I think I might do one dungeon and show some other special stuff. Might show one ladies' dungeon and one, and actually I think the stuff that you can get the cat's equipment is in the same place, so alright, well, we'll figure it out for the next episode, but very soon we'll be heading to our final dungeon and finishing up this volume, and all that's left is volume 4 quarantine for the finale. Alright, so I'll see you guys